Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode in our franchise series. Today, we are here back in the park, and the last time we worked on the area around the coaster station and built the actual coaster station, which looks kind of nice, I think. And I also continued working off camera on some things like the foliage around here. I finished the fencing, I recolored some parts of this, and I really actually like, so just give me a second to disable the UI. So I really like the view onto the station, especially from down here. So if we go into first person, it looks really nice. And especially for those cinematics, I also try to activate I'm not really sure how it's called, but that the background is blurred. It's not the motion blur, it's the field of depth. So sorry. And yeah, I really like how it looks, and I'm happy with this. So let's take a closer look at what I also did off camera. I finished the building, or just worked a little more on this, because I wanted to have some vending machines here, some picnic tables, and also a little roof on here. Here is the backstage area where the staff members can take a break, and here is the transformator for the electricity, so they can work on this as well. At the moment, here is a little seating area, which I also like, that people can take a look on this little alley, or yeah. And I wanted to have some big palm trees in the middle of this one, and it looks really messy. So today we are focusing on some management parts, placing down some bins, and then also what I just started is the expansion of the overall area here on the right. I'm super happy with the new glass pieces. I'm not really sure what we will put into those windows, but I like the new dimension I can get in here to, yeah, work more on those buildings. And we have a milkshake, cosmic cow, and the chief beef here for our guests. And this is the queue area, or will be the indoor queue area for our transportation ride, because as we are having big coasters in here, I wanted to make sure that the guests can move around the park very easily, and I decided to go with the classic train ride, steam train, and I'm really in love with the glass pieces. It looks so good when the sun is going down on them, and the reflections are really nice. I also wanted to do this thing, so if we are going back here next to the roller coaster, here is a Ferris wheel. So this is another part in the park. The first flat ride, actually, here will be another plaza with a little restaurant and some picnic tables, and I really like the way the people are going under the track of the train ride, and also here we will be moving through here, so we tried to build a bridge or something like this today. And yeah, I would say let's just get started. First, I want to make sure that here the paths are an absolute mess, so we really need to focus on this first. That I think it will be very helpful to place down some bins, but maybe I will just go over here and copy those, that we have the same colors. So can we also... No, they have to be on the path. So one here, one here. I would say another one here. And I think it's also helpful to have the same on this side. One here, one here. I think some benches here could also be very helpful. And I also think another bin will be good just right here. So then let's take the benches. Can I just copy this? Yes, this works as well. So those two next to each other, and then we can copy those two with the, can we confirm selection, and then we can also use the advanced move tool, which is just fine. So let's take a look on how this would be nice. Maybe some here, here. Yeah, we maybe have to place them a little bit differently. I'm so far really happy with update 1. I didn't test too much of the things, but I already saw that the color picker is working much better, and the overall UI has improved a lot. So this is really a game changer for me personally, and I really liked it a lot. So I have to say that the game got a lot better with this one, and I'm very curious what will come next year with further updates, because for me personally this one was already a big improvement, and I'm pretty sure that Frontier isn't done with the improvements when it comes to gameplay and quality of life updates. So I'm excited what else they have thought of and what we will get in the future. I also think we don't have any, let's take a look at staff members. When I was working on the Pinnacle Park series, I tried to find the staff zones and I was just too stupid to find it. So if you go down to the staff tab, and then here you have the staff schedule and the staff zones to paint down zones where the staff should be active. This is really, really easy. So I can just draw an area where the stuff will be moving. I think it's a lot easier than in the first game, because you can decide on which color it should be. For now I will go with a blue. Then I can also select an icon or something, and this is really, really helpful. And you can also give it a name. So this will be the entrance area, and you will see different informations about the zones also, which is very, very helpful. And it looks like you also see how high the income and the amount of rides in this specific area is, how popular it is. So it's pretty cool if you don't use it maybe for a staff zone especially. You can also use it for statistics of your themed areas or different areas in your park, which is a really, really nice addition. So, but what I wanted to see, let's take a closer look at the park management. Yeah, we don't have any janitors. That's why our paths are a mess. So just let's place down, I would say 2. Let's go with 3. We have enough money, so I'm not too afraid that this will cause big issues. And then let's also see What else? We have no entertainers and no lifeguards, which is just fine. We have 4 ride attendants for 2 rides, which is just fine, I guess. And yeah, they are already cleaning up. One other fix was that the janitors were not cleaning or emptying the bins, but here we can already see she is taking care of the path and the tables. And I will check a little later if the bins will be empty as well. Let's just give them some time to get their work done and focus on this little area, because I wanted to have some rocks here, some foliage, and then we are going to build the bridge for this and this section, because I want to have a nice looking stone bridge here as well. So we are going with the Mediterranean rocks. I think overall this could work here pretty good. One thing I really still miss, especially for those detail work, it's the random rotation. I think I already mentioned this in the last episode, but this is really something I would love to see in one of the upcoming updates. So I hope Frontier is, first of all listening, maybe already to my feedback, or I already posted a list of my feedback collected together on the official forums, and I think I'm not the only one who wants something like this. But the scenery brush is a really nice addition, but the random rotation tool would also be very helpful in that case. I haven't tried yet the fireworks, so I think I only built a firework once in the first game, because I hated the event sequencer so much. It was so complicated to make something working and nice looking with the event sequencer, because with the seconds and the duration and without a timeline, as I'm working with lots of video cutting software and timelines in my daily job, it was just very complicated for me to work in the first game with it. So I just left that out and didn't make any special fireworks. But since we are now having this nice timeline editor in the game, I will definitely take a look at the fireworks and create something amazing for this. Maybe not in this park, maybe in Pinnacle Park, but I'm not sure yet. So if you have any wishes or ideas, just let me know in the comments as always. While we are building here, I also wanted to thank you for your support. I would love to hear from you what else you want to see in this park. I already got lots of ideas about how to expand the park, but I would also love to hear in the comments what you like till now and what you would have maybe done differently, or where I should focus on working in the future. So feel free to just tell me, and I would also be very happy if you subscribe to the channel and support me with the subscription. This really means a lot to me, so I'm happy about every new subscriber here, because I would have never thought that so many people are interested in my building style and my actual gameplay series. So this is really making me happy, and I cannot wait to share more with you. And it's already so crazy that the year is nearly over. We are in December already and Christmas is ahead. And it was such a great year and I'm happy that the game is finally out. I know some of you, I already talked a lot about my opinion about the game, the DLC reveal last week, and or not only the reveal, also the release of the DLC. And I also shared some honest thoughts about the community at the moment, what's happening on social media, what's going on with Frontier. So if you want to hear or know what I'm thinking and also share your thoughts about it in the comments there, just check out my 10th episode of Pinnacle Park because that's what it's all about. And I know some people are or having the opinion that this should have been released as an early access or been released later because of some bugs and the gameplay and the overall state of the game. But yeah, as I already said in the other video, which was more focused on the overall social media, I'm for me personally always thinking what would this have or what would a tag or to name it an early access change for me personally, because I would have spent the same amount on the game. We are not in times anymore where a game is released on a CD or something and you won't get any updates. Yes, it shouldn't be normally the case that you release something which seems kind of unfinished and buggy, but we also have to keep in mind that there are so many different systems out there, so many different setups of computers, and it's getting more and more difficult to optimize for every system. This has nothing to do with some of the bugs that shouldn't just be in there because they are not related to the overall systems. But I also think that you pay once for the game. We know from the past that we will get lots of free updates. There will be lots of free additions and Frontier won't charge for those. So I just can't be too mad at them because I was just happy that the wait is over and we finally got to play the game. And I think I understand that it could have been named an early access or something like this, but I also think that the game was too good for maybe a beta or an alpha, and I really enjoy the game or playing the game. And people are saying an early access, naming it or call it that way would have made it better, but what does it change? It would have been the same game. You maybe have had or paid, I just don't get it. You would have paid the same amount of money, or I don't know. I'm really not understanding personally what would have it changed. So yeah, maybe I'm just too confused about calling it differently and then saying okay, then everything would have been fine. I just cannot imagine this. So yeah, would love to hear what you think about this, but I'm not complaining. I hope they fix a lot, I hope they add a lot, and but I'm yeah, just enjoying the game. That's why I share my videos with you, and I hope most of you are too. And I hope it runs on your system as well. I know as a content creator we are having better setups and better computer with higher rigs or so. But for me personally, it's always in the video description down below, and I also think I mentioned it in the past, but I am having only a Mac. So that's why I decided a few years ago to go with the Shadow version, so it's a virtual computer which I am streaming over the internet. So it's just a window on my Mac, and the computer is in a server farm in France, I think. And I'm paying 49 euros for this every month to use it. It's the highest setup of Shadow, and yeah, I'm really happy with it because I don't have the space in my flat to have a big computer setup or something like this, and it's also very comfortable to just sit on a sofa with my Mac and having a quiet system because the fans are not working really because it's just a stream. But you of course need a very strong internet connection. So on some days I'm very unlucky that my internet is somehow broken and then I just cannot play the game. But on the other side I can play like everywhere because I was on holiday in Italy when the game when I got early access to the game, and I was just able to play from there, which was also really nice. And I can definitely recommend it if you don't have a very strong setup and you just want to play it. It's actually a native computer, a native PC in the server farm, so it's not like GeForce Now. You just have a regular PC setup with Windows 11 or 10, and you can install whatever you want and use it as your personal computer. You can also book as or subscribe to additional space on your what's the name? Sorry, on your disk. So I can definitely recommend it, and we'll put down the link to book a Shadow and get some money off as well in the video description. I'm not working with Shadow, so this is just a little hint and not some sponsoring or advertising. I'm just being a happy customer. I wanted to mention this. So yeah. Let's take a look at what foliage we else can use in here. I actually already, or me personally, let's say it that way, I'm not too much into water parks, so that's why I maybe focus more on regular theme parks in this game. But when the game was announced and we saw so many water park thingies, I also had somehow the feeling that people were kind of complaining that it's so much water park based. But when I think back of Planet Coaster 1, I guess under every post, under every DLC, I just read where are the water parks, where are the water slides, what's with water parks and Frontier, often and very intensely and very clear stated that there won't be any water park features in the first game. But people kept commenting about it. And then when Planet Coaster 2 was announced, I somehow had the feeling that people were a little mad about why it's called Planet Coaster and you're only showing off water park stuff. And then the game came out and we had, yeah, for me, enough coaster stuff, and I'm still thinking this is definitely Planet Coaster and it's called The Right Way. But then the first DLC got announced, and then people started to complain about why is there no water park stuff. So I'm also a little confused because I'm not really getting what people now want, or if it's just, yeah, if they are also confused. It's just somehow that I at the moment have the feeling It's impossible to do the right things to please people because everyone wants something different. Everyone tries to be loud. And I think the overall problem is that it's just that most people who are complaining openly about some things had, yeah, I think maybe wrong or at least different expectations when it comes to the game. And for me personally, it was just obvious that a game that comes out as a base game after 7 years won't have the amount of content like the game we had after 3 years of support and updates. So that was pretty clear for me. That's why I wasn't expecting actually pretty much the thing we did get from Frontier. Yeah, so I'm just wondering. Um, I'm happy when the stuff that's been released is more about coaster stuff and theme park stuff, but I can also not wait to see further additions for water park sections because when I posted my wish list on the official forums, I already mentioned that I would love to see something like whirlpools and maybe some water features like small waterfalls. I thought those could be integrated like the enrichment pieces in Planet Zoo. We had some small water pipes with flowing water for the capybaras, and then the animals knew that they can go to the enrichment items and interact with the element, and a preset animation started then, which was, in my opinion, a really nice addition and would also be, I think, working pretty good with some guest interactions within pools. If you have those water features and people just go into an, yeah, variation animated, pre-animated loop, actually. So I'm pretty happy with the overall foliage look here already. Let's start with the bridge. I really like the plaster pieces in the game. I used for this build here, for the columns, I used this tropical pillar but set everything to the same color that you don't have some, yeah, some patterns on there, and this worked quite nice. Let's rotate this a bit. I will need to focus a little more on building now, so I hope you don't mind when I'm not talking too much. I'll give this sandy color. This could just be a little bigger when it comes to, oh yeah, that looks quite nice. Maybe it should be a little higher. Perfect. And then we will go with this one as well. Same color again. When it comes to the DLC that came out some days ago, I also wanted to mention that we had, kind of the same with Planet Zoo back in 2019. it wasn't actually just an animal pack, because this one was only a ride pack. We had the Arctic pack, which included, I think, 3 or 4 animals, but definitely less animals than all the other packs that came after this. And we also had less scenery items, so it was a smaller pack, but all the packs afterwards have been bigger. So I'm really thinking that this is not the regular size, it's just the first, yeah, kind of a little special shortly after the release of the base game. That's why I'm totally fine with it at the moment. I would have loved to see another coaster, but as we already got the extreme spinning coaster, it was pretty obvious in my opinion that we wouldn't get, for example, also the Intermin Blitz, because it would have been just too much for a first DLC, in my opinion, to have 2 fan favorites already in there. But I cannot wait to get more stuff in this game. I'm of course being very, very greedy when it comes to DLCs, because it's never enough. So we should scale this down a bit. Then we can continue. Yeah, this will look quite nice. So this is not a building yet. Let's just put those. Multi-select. That's also very helpful. You don't need to hold down shift anymore. You can just press it once and then you're in the plus and can add more to your selection. Then we have the scenery group and we can continue working on this. And I also love the new toggles for the angle snap. That's also really, really helpful when it comes to the overall movement. Snap to, nope, align to surface. That's what I wanted. The angle snap, and let's turn it around. Whoops. It looks fine. A little bigger. Not sure how Frontier will continue over the next couple of days, if there will be another update before the holidays. But I would love to see if they again gonna surprise us. I would definitely love to see some Christmas pieces, festive pieces, because we don't have anything at the moment to make something for the holidays in the game. So I would really love to see something like this, but I'm really unsure if this is going to happen. So this looks kinda nice. I'm pretty happy already, as we are definitely wanting to keep it simple. Just lower it down a bit. I think that already works. So let's copy that over onto the other side. Good. And then we will need some more plaster because we need... Use this one. Yeah, perfect. Then we are going again with the same color and could also turn off angle snap because we have a small rotation in here. Yeah, this looks good. So let's go with this. Then this. Oh. First, let's make sure that this covers the whole. Even more. Yeah. That works fine, I think. Down a bit. And then let's continue with this piece. Rotate it again. What kind of coaster or addition would you love to see next in the game? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I would really love to hear something about this. And here we are going with some pebbles. Yeah, this looks really nice to have it. I really love the textures of the terrain painter. Those are amazing. It looks somehow floating. Is it floating? No, I don't think so. Then we will continue this here. Perfect. Oh, it is floating. Oh, but it's still okay, I guess. Just leave it for now. This looks already very, very good. We didn't finish the track of this ride, so we are just planning out the sections here. That's why I haven't started it and opened it, of course. I will build this whole track, I think, off camera, and then we can see it moving. Let's just add some more trees in here. I think a big palm tree would be very nice fitting. What's the problem? Yeah, so there we go. One here. One here. The scaling tool is so good. I am absolutely in love with the possibility to do this kind of things because it was just impossible to get enough variation in the first game because we didn't have scaling. And I actually thought when the game was announced and we knew that scaling would be a thing, I really thought that we only get, for example, one tree per type because we could scale it and we don't need some more variations, but that we are now having like 3 to 5 versions of each plant is just amazing. So I would say that's already it for today's episode. I think we are already in with about around 40 minutes, which is quite long. I will put in some cinematics now, and I hope you enjoyed today's build. So I cannot wait to hear your comments about it, and I want to thank you and see you in the next one.